Hey, what's up, guys? Chun is back. We've got another 4th gen standard match for you guys today against krypton998, who I found on was hanging out on TPX, and it's really more of a fun match, not really anything too serious. Just messing around in OU for 4th generation. He just decided to bring some of his custom sets uh, out to play, and I actually brought the team that if you guys remember the voting that I put out, whether to vote for my stall team or this team, and this team lost the vote on what team I would use, so back during the stall team series. But anyway, getting started here, he led with Torterra and I went with Scarm. I went for the taunt because I was pretty sure he wanted to set up Stealth Rock first, but he kind of raged at that. But anyway, he actually revealed Substitute, so now I'm thinking Subseeds and him switching to Zapdos confirmed my suspicions. And I start my own setup here, going to Swampert thinking he would have a Thunderbolt, and I would set up the Stealth Rock, but he actually shows U-turn. So then I start thinking maybe it's Choiced, and he goes to Scizor. And you guys will see what kind of set that Zapdos is. But anyway, he's going to U-turn again with Scizor as I set up the Stealth Rock. And it looks like he's trying to wear Swampert down enough for something else to one-hit KO it. But in hindsight, looking at his team, he really didn't have anything that could hit Swampert super effectively. So him going back to Zapdos had me thinking he was carrying Hidden Power Grass. So I go to Arnold to scout for it, but he actually goes for Rock Smash. And I'm thinking, okay, Krypton, what are you up to? I still thought he was Scarfed, but then he actually switches to U-turn, so now I know it's not Choiced at all. And he goes back to Torterra as I go for the Body Slam. And I was hoping for two things there, that one, he didn't have a Ghost, and two, I was hoping for Parahax, but I don't get it. So the set I'm running with Snorlax, it can't touch Ghost at all. So I'm going to go back to Skarmory, and I know he's going to Leech Seed here because Arnold has massive HP, and Krypton can heal his team for a good amount, so I don't want him setting up a sub as well, so I'm going to go for the taunt, but he knows the taunt is coming, so he's actually going to switch back to Zapdos, and the whole time he's basically bluffing the Thunderbolt and or the Heat Wave. So, and in hindsight, the taunt was a misplay on my part, although not game breaking, because I was actually carrying Whirlwind as well, so I should have just went for that. But I do go back to Swampert, and he goes for the Rock Smash again, and he gets exactly what he was fishing for, defense drop, which is actually what he needed, because I'm going to stay in with Swampert, and he's actually going to reveal the set now, because I know he doesn't have HP Grass. He would have done it already, but he goes for, he shows the Sky Attack, and he also showed the Power Herb. I still thought I could take it though, but surprisingly it does one-hit KO me, so I definitely underestimated the damage output there. So I'm thinking, okay, so you want to use custom sets, huh? So I got a couple tricks of my own, even though it's not as original, but hey. I bring Dusknoir in, and he turns out to get some chip damage and goes to Infernape, which is a common switch in, but I've got a little surprise for him. Got a couple tricks of my own here. Set up the sub, and he's going to go for the Stone Edge, and I'm going to show that I do have the Focus Punch, and the Stone Edge does break the sub. Looking back, at first I was puzzled by it, and was wondering why he didn't go for Fire Stab, but it's possible he was choiced because I didn't see Life Orb recoil, and he lives the Focus Punch. I was expecting the one hit KO, so I was a bit disappointed. And he got really excited, a little too excited, and he ended up staying in. But I showed that I do have the Shadow Sneak and just pick it off. So he's actually going to bring Torterra in here, and I decided to go back to Skarm again, since Skarm walls Torterra pretty much all day. But he is going to see that coming, and he just roars me out. But unfortunately for him, he roars me out to Zapdos. I did not expect the roar at all. I was expecting him to carry either dual stabs or a Quake Edge combination for offense, but this is a bad scenario for him. Since Zapdos can carry Heat Wave, even though Sub Roost is the most common set, I'm actually physically defensive. And I do get a crit, which actually didn't matter. Heat Wave was a 2-hit KO from that range. And it is especially defensive Torterra, but it's still a 2-hit KO. But he is going to bring Machamp in, and I'm expecting Stone Edge or Ice Punch, so I go to Skarm, but he goes for the Dynamic Punch. I'm not sure if he just wanted to confuse Zapdos or if he predicted the switch. Probably the latter, but I do show the Lumberry here, and I was thinking at the time, I was like, man, I just wasted Lumberry. So now I have to go to Dusknoir for the second Dynamic Punch, but he's going to switch to Zapdos here, and it actually ended up working out because I unintentionally threatened the Brave Bird and forced him out to go to Zapdos. And me going to Dusknoir proved that I did not make a super awesome prediction there. But anyway, he does show his last move, Steel Wing. So this is a completely physical Zapdos. So he did a pretty good job bluffing the Thunderbolt the whole game. But because of the massive defenses, Dusknoir just LOLs at that. And I did some math, and even a Steel Wing wouldn't even break the sub. And I figured I could take a T-Bolt and have enough to make one. So I know what move I'm going to do next. He goes for the Sky. He has to go for Sky Attack now. And after I burn it with Will-O-Wisp, because he's got 4 physical attacks, I'm just going to Shadow Sneak it. But Sky Attack's still enough to break the sub, but the burn is wearing him down. He is going to Steel Wing again, but I just put up another sub since I'm slower. And now he's in a bad spot once again because Zapdos went down on a turn where I Shadow Sneaked to take it out. And I'm actually going to keep my sub. Now, after Zapdos goes down, he is going to bring Machamp back in. Even though Machamp has payback, he's got to take a Focus Punch to the chest. So he's going to take huge damage. As he goes for the payback here. It will be enough to break the sub, but I thought he was going to be in range here to get one hit KO'd after this Focus Punch. So for a Shadow Sneak to one hit KO, I should say. So I'm going to go for it this turn, hoping to get the KO. But unfortunately I do not, so now payback's going to hit with double the base power, and I'm going to end up getting KO'd. So, but the game, it's pretty much locked up because he's got 3 guys left. This Machamp, he's got a Gyarados, and he has a Scizor. So Zapdos is pretty much going to walk all over everything because it resists almost everything. So I finished Machamp off with Thunderbolt. He goes to Gyara. This is his only chance to really win. So he's going to go for the Stone Edge. But unfortunately, he is going to miss. So that was pretty bad for him. And the Thunderbolt is going to obviously one-hit KO the Gyarados. And his last is going to be Scizor, who really can't do anything to a physically defensive Zapdos. It resists Bullet Punch, it resists Superpower, it resists U-Turn, and Pursuit. I just have to stay in pretty much. But he is going to go with the Bullet Punch anyway. And I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolts in quick succession are going to win me the match here. But it was a fun match, krypton998. Definitely hope to have a couple more with you. And yeah, it's good to have fun once in a while, guys. You know, kind of just mess around. Nothing too serious, but anyway, This was just a little break before I start the Revenge Killer series, which should be coming up soon. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and sub, and Chun is out. Peace.